Where were the polls at?
Or don't I have them on the?
No, no, you do not.
No.
No, I was there today. Dude, like I wouldn't have. I was starting to swap out the Westphalians. Hi, everybody. It's good evening and welcome to Saturday Night Fights. It's 1812. I looked at the clock. Check it out. I went live at 1812. I was told that was good marketing, that would be the way we would attract all the viewers. That and, of course, a semi-naked picture of Sean Connery. If that doesn't do it, I don't know what does. Good evening and welcome to Saturday Night Fights, brought to you by the Armchair Dragoons. It is a pleasure to be with you here, celebrating right at the heart of Borodino Week. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Bum, bum,
Bum, bum,
bum.
bum. Hello, Red. Oh, but Robert, you didn't get it. Mike ninja'd you. That's the spirit. Come get him next time. Red was hanging out with us in the chat over on Discord, so I'm sure that's why he jumped out ahead. Anyway, it is a pleasure to be with you here during Borodino Week, and of course that means what possibly could we do? We go back to one of the eternal favorites of the Armchair Dragoons, Blucher, to play Borodino. There it is, all of it, brought to you by Ross McGee and the Old Meldrum Wargamers. I don't know how many times I have to say it. I'm going to say it again. Go to the Old Meldrum Wargamers. Check out their Blucher scenarios. There are none better. They have put up a Buy Me a Coffee site. You will get so much research, so much great graphic design, such a great scenario for $5, for $6, depends where the pound is trading at. You will not regret it. Get them all. Give Ross money. Give Ross your money. Heaven knows I have. What we have to do now, though, is send out a tweet. And while I send out a tweet, I'm going to say, welcome first to the French players. Ron Dallinor, good evening.
Vive la France!
Couldn't start without it. And joining him because he wants to attack. He says he wants to attack. Bless him for that. We have the chronologist. Welcome back to the table.
Thank you.
Welcome, Chrono.
Oh my God. Yes, Beat Cafe. Well, first of all, we have Ross McGee in the chat. I hope you heard me say nice things. I didn't say them because I saw you there. Number two, Beat Cafe wants to know, is this the place where all the cool kids play Napoleonics? The answer is yes. It is obviously yes. It is clearly not at some convention in California where Achilles has ditched us and chosen to play with kids that like to play with scraps of paper instead of dolls.
Yes, it's the cool kids plus Dallinor.
Oh, no, man, you awesome. What are you talking about? But no, we play with dolls and we're not ashamed. We play with freaking dolls and I don't care.
Not dolls, they're action figures.
Action figures.
It's action figures, and who could it be? It's Velker. Hi, Velker.
Hello.
It is so great to see you. How are you feeling? You ran 4 miles today.
4.5.
4.5.
There you go.
Here's the horrifying thing. This guy tells me, as I asked, how was your run? He says, good. And he shows me he's wearing his headphones. He said, what were you listening to? He tells me music. And he also says, oh, I also called this person. Wait a minute. You called somebody on your run? God almighty.
Awesome.
If you got enough lung capacity.
It's like, God almighty, it must be nice to be 14. Oh, my God.
So you could have come in 4th or 5th if you wouldn't have been talking to somebody.
Oh, OJ just said you would have been 4th or 5th if you wouldn't have been talking, apparently.
Not on the meat. During practice, and I was doing recovery pace, so I wasn't really breathing.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness, he was there. Oh, jeez.
Does she have a name?
She does have a name. What's her name?
Katie.
Katie.
Oh, there you go.
You know. So wait a minute, 14-year-old boy talking to girl on run. Sounds like the world is turning exactly as it should.
All's right with the world.
All is right with the world. God bless it. All right, well, we're here at Borodino, and I did not introduce, I don't think. I didn't introduce the Allied side. Welcome to the Ally side. First of all, Mike, OJ's dad, good evening.
Good evening.
And the man who is our rules adjudicator joins us at the table. A pleasure always to have him. Good evening, Haz.
Good evening.
Oh, it's great to have you. This is so cool. I actually bought this. We were bugging Ross, who, I mean every word of it, Ross. We were all bugging Ross because he hinted he was going to do Borodino months ago. And we're like, come on, dude, let's do it. And so finally I bought it and I built it pretty quickly. And so I came back and said, all right, now when are we going to play it? And I said, well, clearly it's got to be during Borodino week, which is coming up this week. So here we go. First things first, Dalinor and Chronologist, we have said, are the French. We knew that right away. We have Haz and OG on the other side. It's the Allies. I will say that the Allies split very, very tidily into the Second Army. That's 2A when you see them in the tooltip. And then you also will see, and it starts right about there, 1A, which is the First Army. And it's a neat, almost, yeah, well, no, not almost. It is. It's a line. I think it draws right about there. So the 1A and the 2A, each of them has separate modice. We saw that at Leipzig. Each of them has a separate morale clock, so you should take a look at that. Velker, what side do you want to be on? Allies, or do you want to be on French?
I'll be on the offense, I guess. I'll be on the French.
All right, he's on the French side. I'll let you all figure out what that's going to be. Obviously, can we get some folks to spot to create some teams so we can get going with that? While I go into the briefing very, very quickly. Phil Portway, a real pleasure to see you.
Ron, did you see these lovely young guys over here?
I'm not looking for young guys. Thanks, OJ.
Hey. Hey now.
Hey, unmounted Cossacks.
When
Almost
did
like Opochenny.
Yeah.
Looking for French
I already
cavalry.
said my thing about the Opalchini and these dang cannons.
And Ross, I just cracked me up as I was building it that Ross put those in. I immediately saw it, and I just cracked the heck up. I will not lie. Let me, these placements are what you see. You see the scenario maps. I will turn on the lines. You can see them a little better for the French. I think I have the French lines in here. But they're basically situated where the guys have to be. You can tweak them a little bit. All tributaries of the Kalacha River are considered rough ground only. There is no penalty to fighting when you are on the tributaries of the Kalacha. All right? That means you got the main river, which flows here, I assume. Or do you mean the whole thing, Ross? Since we got the man himself in the chat, you mean the whole thing, don't you? So they, where is it the big one? Yeah, I think you're right. Who's white?
I am.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ron. I think this is the main river that shoots down this way. And then all these others off to the side are your tributaries. Yeah. So all those do not... You could shoot out of them. You could shoot out of them. Da-da-da. Oh, my God. Giorgio.
Hey, Giorgio.
He says, did someone say Opolchenia?
Hey, come on, guys.
I think you're loved, Ron. I think you are loved.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
You're a celebrity.
That kind of. Borodino and Utitsa are villages. Both can be garrisoned by a single unit. The Kalacha can be crossed by all units. Difficult movement. The wooded area in the center of the battlefield is a depression. It can be fired over by artillery. Units located in this dip cannot be targeted by artillery positioned back from the high ground and vice versa. We are going with the base width, the one base width as what's back from the ridge. So we'll do that. Hey, Destruct, good to see you, man. Thank you. So we're going to go with that as creating the ridges. Scrolling down, gotta go faster. Due to Napoleon's poor health, he does not get Napoleon's thing. There is no excellent staff work for Napoleon. Sub-commanders, and there are a bunch of them, may only attach to units of their respective corps. All may rally. And this is a big one. Quote, I will most definitely not. I do not want to have it blown up. I am certain of winning the battle without its intervention. It is well known that Napoleon was reluctant to commit the infantry of the Imperial Guard into the battle so far from home. To replicate this, but also to allow the French to activate the Guard in the right circumstances, the following conditions must be met. You must be in control of the Raevsky Redoubt. Guess which one that is?
It's one in the center of the battlefield.
Uh-huh. That's the one. You must be in control of the Raevsky Redoubt. Number 2. The French must not have lost more than 1/3 of its force by unit. Only if these conditions have been met can the Guard be released during any subsequent activation. To do this, the French pair pays 4 morale points.
Ow.
And it's 4 times morale points. Ooh. If you have lost 8 units at this point of activation, this number is immediately increased to 12. Yeah, so it's 4 extra morale points. Ow. After this, the Guard may activate normally. If the Guard is broken after activation, the loss is counted against the French as usual. Note, the Guard cavalry, the Vistula Legion, and its artillery are not subject to these conditions. Guard infantry can act in defense of their initial positions without paying the activations described above. Once the threat is clear, they must remain in their inactive state. You must use common sense with what we define as the threat being cleared. I guess that's what I'm here for. The Guard infantry are eligible to make a reserve move. Nobody else is. Remember, this is a Ross McGee scenario. The Guard infantry are eligible to make a reserve move on the turn they are activated, provided they have not been previously engaged in defense. The Russians win by breaking the French morale before the end of turn 40. The French win by breaking either the first or the second Western Army morale before the end of turn 40. The French get 8 dice for Meaux. The French First Army gets 3 dice. The Russian Second Army gets 3 dice as well.
Do we have the second set of Meaux dice over on our side then?
You do. Well, no, you only get 8. You get a total of 8.
Right, but we're rolling for them.
We roll for them, though.
You know, that was...
That's why I thought it was confusing that they had 2.
because they get 2 sets of dice, okay? It was a long day when I was building this thing.
All right, I just thought I was wrong for some reason. I was like, wait a minute.
Why are you being hurtful? That's hurtful.
You know how hard it is to run a city and build a table at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
El Presidente, so sorry.
Yeah. You know what's going to happen? See, Has put it nicely. He just said, hey, could I get this? You made Snark.
No, it wasn't Has, it was Chrono.
That's what I meant. God, I'm going to get them confused all night again. Jesus.
Viva la France.
You know what would have been cool? If Jim was hosting this while he was in Paris visiting Napoleon's tomb and he took his laptop with him and set it up right there at the crypt.
Right there at the Invalides? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, uh-huh.
There we go.
That would have lasted all about, 10 seconds?
Oh,
Now I apologize again, but what's the... How many did they get? 3 and 3? Oh, okay.
I think that's it.
I'm just checking everything out. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, by the way, to Chrono for saying it so nicely. Not thanks to Ron, of course, nor to OJ, who were jerks. They were jerks. Okay.
I was confused.
I did not say anything.
Yeah, you were sitting next to. You know what? This is like you were sitting next to the other one, and so I just take it out.
Dad, it was OJ's fault.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to turn this game around. That's what I'm going to do.
No, you're not, because this is the most players you've had in a while. And
it really is.
Static.
Having all the kids around just arguing. No, it's his fault.
Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, I just want to make sure I don't have any special things here for...
Oh, we're special, right?
All right, entry point A. There are 2 potential entry points for the 1st Reserve Cavalry Corps, Uvarov and the Cossacks. Yeah, we got Cossacks. Oh. These units can only be called upon once the French have engaged the Raevsky Redoubt with infantry, skirmish, volley, or melee. To activate these corps, the Russian player announces his intention to bring them on. You do not need to indicate where you will bring them on. I will show you this in a second. All Russians can rally. The 1st and 2nd Army are separate commands for all purposes. The Raevsky Redoubt counts as 2 broken units when doing their morale. The Semenovsky redoubt, the Bagration Fletches, and Utitsa are also 2 for the morale. The Raevsky and Semenovsky redoubts and the Bagration Fletches can each simultaneously, what are you doing, McGee? Each hold a single infantry and artillery unit. They are considered to occupy the same footprint. These defensive positions provide entrenched modifier for frontal and flank attacks on all units within the position, but not when attacked from the rear. Attackers also suffer the attacking uphill modifier to their rolls. Attacking cavalry also suffer the in difficult terrain modifier when attacking the front or the flanks. Additionally, all units within the positions benefit from being in cover from artillery fire. Infantry cannot fire upon defenders within the redoubts, i.e., you gotta go get them. Conversely, all defending infantry fire is penalized when firing from the defensive positions. Remember that. Finally, the effects of fire upon artillery units within the redoubts are ignored, and rather the artillery unit marks off a number of ammunition boxes equal to the number of hits scored. They do not retreat or retire. Remember our Blucher rules. Typically artillery's got to bugger off. It doesn't.
One hit they bugger, 2 hits they're destroyed.
Yep. Doesn't happen here. They sit there and laugh at you, which is no fun.
No fun at all.
All right, we're going to do our setups simultaneously, just because you're pretty much where you got to be. I'll let you sort out who's going to play who, and I will also let you set up your
When did these guys come on board?
Who dis? First thing I got to do, because I said I was going to do it, is show the Russians their choice of where they're going to bring on those filthy, filthy Cossacks.
Hey, I guess we didn't even talk about it. Do you want first or second army?
Whichever one you don't want, I'll run.
And I'm trying to figure out how to divide up this French army. This is
You've got 4th Corps over here.
Okay.
You've got 3rd Cavalry. We have 7th Corps. I think that's 7th or 8th. That's 8th Corps, sorry. Which is not very large. 3rd Corps. We have the Guard. We have 1st Corps. 5th Corps up here, which is mostly the Poles. But also this Guard Cavalry.
Right.
Okay.
This Guard Cavalry. The Guard Cavalry can move, right?
Yep.
Wait, this IC is different from the IG here, or is that a misprint?
No, that's correct. This is 1st Corps Cavalry right here. This is different.
First Cav.
All right. So these guys can go. All right. Has. Oh my God! Now Jim's got me doing it.
What?
Chrono.
Then we have these 2 that are off board. I think we have 2nd Cav. Are these guys 2 Cav or 2 Corps? Because these guys say 2. These guys say 2C.
Let me get them.
Same.
And same here. Say it with the 4. That's 4 and 4C. I'll take high C.
High C is awesome. Let me very quickly point out to the Russians where those filthy, filthy Cossacks can come in when they...
Chrono, you want to take 4th since your name's on that side?
Sure.
Easier.
Also, give me 4th Cav because I want to.
Yeah.
Those Saxon Curiosators are going to do their job today.
Did they come ready? They came strapped, didn't they?
They did. They took the redoubt historically.
Yeah, well, they did. They did. That's not.
No, hold it, but they took it.
So
Velker,
Yes.
do you want to take 3rd and 1?
3rd and 1.
So
It's all of these guys in here in the middle.
Oh yeah, this is also 3rd here.
the entry point for those Cossacks.
That's 3rd Cav.
So for the Russians'
okay.
benefit, the entry point for those Russians, the Cossacks is here and here.
There's a small 8th Corps.
And
Then we have
Jim,
8th.
Jim, were you saying that this river section over here they can cross or they cannot cross?
You can always cross it. You can
Okay.
always cross it. It just, as along this big thick section in the middle, it costs as difficult terrain, so it has movement. These tributary pieces on either side of it do nothing.
These right here, you mean?
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah. So
this-
these aren't difficult move. These are difficult move.
Right.
So this whole section that goes diagonally through the middle of the field is difficult terrain.
Right.
But these smaller ones aren't.
Right. And it also, remember, prohibits shooting.
Got it.
Middle, yeah. The tributaries don't, which is actually nice. They're decor.
They were there too, you know. But according to the notes from Ross, they were also dry. So
They're parched.
It just makes some gullies then.
Yeah, well, and it's what they're going to amount to be.
Or make a little brown rivers. Yeah.
I've got to identify. I need to work on a couple things. Number one, these guns here. 2nd Army and 1st Army Reserve Foot Artillery. There's that clown show coming aboard. It's not going to be any fun, I don't mind saying.
So have the 5th Corps up here in the trees.
Yeah. So I have to decide when I'm having, but I was gonna give you 4th and then take 3rd Cav.
Okay.
You know, so they're all on that outside that river line. You know.
I guess the 4th. Oh, these guys are part of 4th. Never mind. They're just way over here.
Where?
This cavalry over here on the left.
Yes, that's what I was counting as 4th. Yes.
Yeah, they are
And
4th.
then-
That's for sure.
Yeah, there, and then take the 3rd Cav.
Okay.
And then Velker to take 3rd, which is this. Oh, and then 1st, which is this.
I got this.
Right, but also take 1st Cav with you too, which is right here.
Cav, sure.
All right.
Alright.
I'll take 8th, the Imperial Guard, the Guard Cav, the Imperial Guard if we ever activate them. And I'll do the 5th up here.
And I guess we'll figure out these 2 and 4 when they show up.
Yeah. See where they show up at. It's probably be the best bet to figure that one out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take 8th in the Guard and the 5th. You guys have the larger force, and I'll direct from there. Since the Guard Cav can go, I can start moving them up with Velkers.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Falcon, I'm sending you a message.
So do you want to be 1st or 2nd Army?
It matters not to me.
I'll take 1st.
Okay. You want to switch sides? Oh, Wilker's already over there. I guess it doesn't matter. Well, do you want to be green then? So
I
that
get
just
it.
Kind of pushing it
I
just like
get it.
closer
Okay,
to
so
your troops then.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
so while I work, what's going on here? Ooh. Is it
Sent
not
you a message.
It's not the 2 you marked at A, Ross? Because the note says they're at A. My other question, Ross, is these guns in the back, the ones that are identified as 2nd Army Reserve and 1st Army Reserve, is it your intention that they be seated out among any of the divisions? That seems to be the way I read it, but could you let me know? I'm gonna go look for these 2nd Corps, 4th Division guys, and 4 Corps. Yeah. I just made Ross write a whole bunch of things. That's kind of awesome of me, don't you think? Guy comes here on his. It's gotta be late. What time is it? It's midnight over by him.
Chrono message.
Then again, he's got a baby. It's probably keeping him up.
But thank you for such a great scenario. Now we need to make this just as big with LaSalle too.
You funny.
Hey, we had a discussion on Facebook.
I know. Okay, that doesn't make it real. Okay, I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
if I twist, it would be real.
It,
We didn't think what we call it
you
real.
didn't even come to play Utitsa for Shako, which is part of this.
Well, what? Well, that's my RPG night, but now it's my school night. I'm back to school, by the way, starting next week. Last year, though, so I want to get my license.
Well, no, of course we all want you to get your. Heaven's sake, man.
Especially when my wife just got a job. She makes just as much as I do.
What?
And she's a
I
housekeeper.
was gonna say you're a plumber.
Yeah, that's what I
I
said.
thought you guys make all the money.
So you ought to become a sugar baby like Achilles.
Yeah, right.
That's
No, yeah.
Message for you.
Yes, I totally agree. I was actually thinking about that. We're on the same page. I like that.
All right.
I'm serious.
Well, usually we are, though.
It's true.
I'm so ashamed of myself. This is 2nd Cavalry. This is 2nd Cavalry. There's a C in there. All right, here's the deal.
Don't be ashamed. We still love you.
Hey, Haz, I just threw a message in the chat for you.
So yeah, this is 2nd Cavalry Corps. This is 4th Cavalry Corps. The way you're going to activate those, the French will announce their intention to bring them on as reserves during any status phase, and they will arrive during the status phase of the following turn on the at the location indicated. That location is... That's not very elegant. Here. That's why I put them there. They're literally right behind where they show up.
Ah, okay. We can still divvy that.
Yeah,
We'll
so
see what happens.
they're each
Yeah.
a core. And like I say, you say in a status phase what you want to do, and then you go, and then they come in the next status phase, marching on as a Blucher game.
Roger.
Hey, Ross just threw something up in the chat about
Okay, so
off-the-table guns.
Yeah, I did. Yep, that's what I just saw. Mike and Haz, these guns, they can be placed anywhere in your deployment. Not those guys; those are dirty, filthy Cossacks. These guns, they can be placed anywhere you want in your reserve area within those armies. You can salt them in, as it were.
More and more guns.
Where's my reserve area again?
Just
It's-
a little bit of.
It's about here.
Anywhere behind your front lines from...
Yeah, but it's also here too, right?
Right, because 2A is this way and 1A is over here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
Okay.
you get to salt those guys in wherever you like. Ross gave you some nice choices there.
When they come on, though, right?
No, now.
So the
So-
guns start.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There's more of them over here.
Oh, yeah. Well, those are mine. Haz's are over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you each get a little pocket full of guns. All God's children got guns.
Then why do the Russians?
Oh, wow. Went straight there, huh?
Sure did.
Jealousy.
You and your Czars.
What do you think
There were
is?
many things, but they were certainly largely God-fearing, I'll say that.
Well, that is true. They are.
Isn't Tsar just
Well-
another word for emperor?
It is. It's just...
Yes.
It's just...
Yeah. It's just much older than a French emperor.
Oh boy.
Was here before and was here after.
You know, you're hitting with your words again.
That's why they. Never mind.
Backs hurt. I'm sorry, I forget.
Already, look at see, and you say excuse him for being punchy tonight.
Yeah. No. I heard him. I heard his words.
Yeah, that's coming from the guy who can't figure out where to place his guns now.
I can tell you where you can put them.
What? I am telling the computer exactly what it can do with a lifetime supply of chocolate.
Yes.
Right here? That'll work, won't it? Right in front of the Imperial Guard.
Yeah, you here. Let me give me them. Give me them.
Oh, now
Where's the pig of Royth?
The kids are starting again.
All right, take your guns back. Ross says they now arrive on a special rule. What special rule?
Oh,
Take your guns back. Take them back.
Do you not have the updated rule set?
I don't know. Where's this? I'm looking for it. I'm looking right at it.
Borodino will soon
They
continue in a
need to
moment.
be
Table.
rolled for, I think. He thinks. I don't have the notes with me. He said earlier it's been a long time. He doesn't remember all the ins and outs of the scenario.
There are no rules for those guns, Ross. Let me see. Let me go into the deployment.
Oh
What happened? You okay?
no! Corner missed the receiver and let him run 50 yards down the field.
Oh God Almighty!
Oh man, just like the French would be running down the sideline and making a field goal.
Because there's the two potential entry points for the Reserve Cavalry Corps, which just says entry point A. These units can only be called upon. We already talked about that. I'm looking for these guns now. And then it says, unless otherwise stated, artillery units can be placed with any division in their corps. That's it.
Chrono, these front guys some of these are nasty.
Is the
Yeah,
making rules up while he's feeding-
Robert is accusing Ross of having made up the rules.
thinking up new rules for the scenario while he's feeding the baby at 3:00 in the morning.
It is the Russian Guard.
Yeah, no.
Well, let's have to make up for it.
Yeah.
You know, the guys-
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
No, I think the one thing. I just don't see A, B, and C. I see A. If you look at the map, he's got entry points A. He's got entry points A. I think he means A, B, and C. If that's
Do you have the map in the over here?
I do. I don't think it's the. See, here's the thing. I think it's the French map. Yeah, it's the French map.
Yeah, he wrote the scenario when Wee McGee was just first born,
Right.
and he was lacking sleep.
Oh, this is the Russian map. There you go. Here we go. See, what I'm seeing is there's A, B, and C. And if I'm discerning him correctly, it's under that road. That's where you can bring in these guys. And these guys. Once the Raevsky redoubt is attacked. The problem is I don't know where I'm... Okay, here we go.
And what about the artillery? Does it then?
That's what he's checking on the artillery.
Yeah.
Because the artillery that's out there already is specifically set out by the... that's all set out by the scenarios. That's clear. So yeah, you are going to announce... Once again, you're going to announce these guys, and you're going to announce these guys, and they're going to come in A, B, C. You don't have to tell your opponent where they're going. They show up as an unpleasant surprise. But that, again, is only after they take on the Raevsky redoubt. And again, that's only when it comes under infantry or cavalry attack, not cannon attack, because that's going to happen no matter what. Other than the artillery, is everybody all set up, or does anybody have any questions? I realize we're kind of in a muddle right now, no doubt about it.
I only placed this one gun, so if he comes back that we're not supposed to place him, I'll take it back off.
Got it.
I won't say anything else yet, but
I mean, I'm good. So
French or clear? I guess Velker, you good?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Now you gotta make sure your troops run as fast as you did today.
Get behind him and shove if necessary.
That's right, and tell them to get off the phone.
Ah!
to be fair, it's a lot easier to run in athletic shorts and running shoes than it is in
60 pounds of freaking
I
gear.
don't want to hear excuses. That's just an excuse.
I don't care how heavy that
And
rifle
we-
is.
That's
we
right.
said artillery can shoot across these woods both ways, right?
Correct.
Correct.
I don't think we have too many ridges, but remember, using a Ross McGee scenario, you cannot see anywhere past, once you're more than a base width away from the ridge, from a crest, I should say. So if you're back from here, one base depth, you can't see.
Right.
That guy is
This
right.
is all a forward slope right here,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you can see that, but once you're on the back slope,
Exactly.
And you said these readouts can have one artillery and one infantry base?
Yep. They can't have it right now, but you can shove one in there.
Right.
That's a nasty thing.
So if they're the
Yeah, my
same
infantry-
footprint,
my
if a
infantry's
cannon
pretty well
hits it,
set.
does it hit both of them?
Okay, for the Russian cav, there
There's
is
an
an
entry
entry
point
point
D.
D.
My guess is it's actually A, B.
D's here.
Where is it? Oh, mercy. Okay.
Ah,
That is salty.
look at that, Has. You can be in his backfield.
Oh, the
Hey,
The front line is
backfield
here.
yet. It's not my backfield yet. If that,
I
if that
said-
is my backfield, you guys are in trouble. You guys are-
That's why I said can be.
yeah, they'd be in deep trouble if that was your backfield.
Yeah, Phil wants
Phil.
to see a good, clean scrap, except for the smelly Cossacks. Absolutely. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're doing all the work.
because they're never a good clean fight with the Cossack.
Nope. So we've got a D here. Got that. What's the deal with the guns?
You know how hard it is to look up rule sets and change a diaper at the same time?
I do, actually. Now that you mention it, I do.
So if we can set the guns up wherever we want, can I put a bunch of guns right here?
Where? I'm not sure that that's what's intended, but I don't see why not. We got to find out if that's what can be done.
Chrono, here's your guy, because you only can go with fourth corps, so.
This is the one scenario I haven't bought yet.
Thank you.
I buy them as I build them. Helps keep my head straight.
Well, technically, I didn't buy any of them because I got them all when they were free, and since I've got them, why would I buy what I've already got?
Because
Ross.
you want to give him the money for the hard work. The guys in the chat has.
I
did
know, right?
apologize to him.
I'm saying he is right in the chat holding his baby on his lap. This is the image this is the image we're holding.
You're taking food from a baby.
Yeah, that's what you're doing, Has. That's what you're doing. That is not the reputation Canadians have.
I'm sorry. There's our reputation.
There. Oh, I'm sorry, A.
Hey, Velker,
Yes.
these two, that's your, these two, because you owe those two corps, they only can work with your corps, so.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, grab your sub commanders because they only work with your corps.
Yeah, I've been dividing them up.
Okay, good.
And then
Notice-
there's me.
And notice their abilities.
Yeah, his is only for the guard. Though.
Yep.
So I'm reading.
Does that count as declared cavalry too?
What's that?
Him.
You mean horse
See, Cap-
artillery? Do you mean horse artillery?
Yes.
Of course, yeah.
As long
So,
as it's
Jim-
part of the guard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I'm reading the mobile sub commander ability. I'm not quite following it though.
Has?
What it means is normally when you activate by command,
Mm-hmm.
you end your turn. When you got mobile, you don't end your turn. You just
Don't-
pay the
okay.
actual movement cost of
Whatever you're
what it
activating.
costs. Yep.
Okay.
I've that whole command activation thing. I've yet to see a situation where it made a great deal of sense. I am eager to see it at some point in my life. All right.
I'll
Ross
get
says
mixed
you
up
need
and I'll
to-
try and do it. I got
Yeah,
my guys all
Ross
mixed
says
up and I'll try
You
it.
need to check the Russian scenario notes for the Russian entry points. Got it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm doing it. I'm jumping. Ba, 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 ba.
So unless I'm mistaken, I've just got the one sub commander for my guys.
I think so. Yeah, because it
Coup
says,
d'etat.
unless otherwise stated, artillery units can be placed with any division in their corps. That's what it says. What's the identification of those guns, either group?
Heavy foot artillery.
Yeah,
Is that
what's
what you mean?
their core division?
1A reserve for me.
Okay.
And mine are all 2A reserve.
Okay, so they're just the reserve guns. Looking anything.
Hey, Haz, you got a horse artillery gun over here too. It says 1A anti-cav horse artillery.
Yep. Do I have any cav?
But you will when they come on.
Oh, I got some right here.
Oh yeah, you do. You got some back here too.
Ah,
And some over
there
here.
it is. It's hiding.
Oh no, these are mine. Never mind.
Found it. Thank you. Oh my god.
These are yours.
All right, yeah. So
Yeah, these
A and D are the two for that. B is for these guns. Oh, good lord. B is for these guns. There it is. This is the entry point for the reserve artillery of the 1st and 2nd Western Army. During the status phase of each of their turns, the Russian player may choose to attempt to release up to 1 unit from each army's reserve artillery. To do so, they must roll a 5 or a 6. If successful, the artillery units arrive. They can release one at a time. The Russian player, so you're going to get to do one at a time, period. Kutuzov, 1st Western Army Artillery Reserve Commander, may be moved off table. Oh, you can send Kutuzov to go get the guns. He may be moved off table to get a +2. However, on a roll of 1, he is killed / incapacitated. All further rolls
please do it.
are made at a -1. C is the entry point for the Opolchenie.
What?
Yes. This is the entry point for the Opolchenie.
Oh, and I had to pick the 5th corps to go against Sofrich. Oh, God.
This corps can only be called upon if you capture Utitsa. The player announces their intention to bring them on as reserves during a status phase during the French capture of Utitsa. And there's D. This is a further entry point for the 1st Cavalry Corps and Cossacks. And that can only be, we also know that, right? It can only be used if the French have captured the Raevsky Redoubt. You announce their intention to bring them on. You can arrive there during the status phase in 2 turns. But you can only do this If the core must not have yet been activated to arrive at either entry point, the core can be split between coming in at entry points A and D and can arrive on different turns. So if you go to A first, you don't get to go to D later. I'm guessing our friend Ross is symbolizing a flank march. And by the way, this is my fault not being able to find it. This is not Ross's fault. It's right in the notes as he says. Don't worry about it. It's me. Daniel Moreno, a pleasure to see you as ever. Now, do we have any questions?
All right, so no.
Oh,
so none
many
of
of
this
them,
artillery
but-
starts on the board.
Right.
The Opportunity stay back here. Do we go ahead and place our sub commanders if we wish to?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have them out just to make it look pretty. Legend is just a title, right? Legend doesn't actually give him anything.
No. Legend cut your
His reputation among the soldiers is such that the rank and file are confident that all will be well as long as he is in command. Temporary reserves will not shake the men's confidence.
Oh, that's right. It
Calculating
divides
numbers
my
morale.
instead of 1/3, it's gonna be 1/2 of my morale. That's
exactly.
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
It's very nice. Anything else?
Yes.
Okay, so remember, you've got some stuff you do have to check for, right? I mean, that's some stuff you got to decide if and when you want to roll for it. This stuff. These guys. You've got the Opolchenia, obviously, they can't go anywhere until Utitsa falls. But these guys, these guns, all these guns back here, you can try to bring one on at a time. Or you can ship Kutuzov. Where is Kutuzov?
Think about how many times we've got aide de camps killed. I'm just saying.
I've never gotten an aide de camp killed.
He doesn't play
I
Shadow.
don't play
Yeah.
Shaco.
Yeah, well, don't change it now. Keep that perfect straight going.
That's awesome. Oh, it's not Kutuzov, it's Kutaisov. It's this guy right here. I was like, why would it be Kutaisov? It's because he's the guy that's got lay the guns and resupply. It's like, why are you shipping the old man off? So think about those things. They'll affect the game. But it is turn 1, and we therefore need French Modice. Allies, please. Or Russians, please.
And it's 8.
8, yes, sir.
Print is off.
Mm-hmm. Let's make some magic, French.
Shall I start?
Abracadabra. Go ahead, Grana.
All right. We're going to throw down the Prince Yelgin.
Mm-hmm. He's vigorous.
He is. So he's going to activate these 5, which
That's what I
put
got
down,
as.
down
That's
to
what I
2.
had too.
It's going to go down to 2, I think, because of the vigor. Or is that down to 3?
I believe it cuts it in half, so that should be... Is it 3 round down, or is it half round up or round down, Has?
Let me see.
For vigorous.
It's round up, I believe.
Should be round up, probably. Oh, yeah, I'll still call it 3. And movement rates, I think it's...
Yeah, it's been a
2.
while since we played us some Blucher.
Can you lock down our die roller?
Yep. Dang it. Done. We need another one, though.
They spend all those extra months to create a scenario, making all those notes while being hounded, and by you guys, and you don't even ready them.
Telling you.
Alrighty, over to, I guess, Elker or...
Felker.
Velker, you're up.
So how can I turn guns again?
Turning is... you know,
Remember, they got a 45, so.
Okay.
you'll be able... Who are you looking to shoot at? Those guys?
Yeah,
Remember if you... Yeah, you got a shot there.
that's not a problem.
Because if you turn them, you're not going to be able to shoot them because it's turning.
Right.
You can
And
also
we're-
shoot over these trees in front of you. They can shoot over these trees.
Yeah, if you wanted to, if you couldn't reach for this one, you could always shoot for this guy over here if you wanted to.
I did kind of wonder who it. Let's back this guy up to the crest. I'm sure it's where he was.
Which army does he belong to, by the way?
He's 7th Army. He's 7th Corps, 12th Division, 3rd Brigade. So he's
Oh, the
I
second-
think he's part of the second.
He's Russian. Yeah,
he's
French are
second
way
army.
up here.
He's second
Oh,
army.
he's my guy. He's not your guy.
Yeah, he's my guy.
Yeah, he's second
Okay,
army.
then.
He got hung out on a limb. I'm sure there's a story there. Velker?
So I'll try to move these guys. First Corps.
All right. So which one? Yeah. So it's remember, if all you're doing is moving dead straight ahead, it's 1 movement rate, and if you're doing anything complex, it's half.
And he is vigorous too. Da-boop, da-boo.
Which is 3 inches for.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well, 3.
far. Is that right?
No, no,
Two
no.
base
You're
widths.
on
Two
grid.
base-
You're on grid.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. So it's grid. So it's 2 base widths.
Let me change my ruler back. Much better. That makes more sense. This guy's name is Testy.
Well, wait. Were they in range?
By electricity, I would think so.
No, it's 1. These guys move straight sideways, so I don't think they're in range.
Oh, okay.
It's 1 base width.
So how far is that?
Yeah, it can only be 1 grid or 3 inches, depending which one you're doing.
So they're just out by about 0.3.
Alright.
So just stick with that for now.
All right. I'm checking one thing real quick.
Then that's everything.
Okay, so it's 3 and 3.
I do want to check.
I gotta step away for 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, rounding up any fraction. Just checking. All right. Yeah, Deleanor.
All right, we're gonna go to these guys down here.
Okay. I'm sure those Westphalians are intensely grateful for being sent forward into this situation.
What's horse at their slow speed?
At half?
At half. Yeah.
They are 2. They are 4-2.
All right, that's 4.
So that's
From
total of
that.
10. How about that? Russians?
Good.
Back to Chrono.
Okay. Let's gonna activate these cavalry over here. These 4 brigades.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Takes us to 14 over to Velker.
Third Corps.
Mm-hmm.
And so turning is an inch.
No, what you're going to put them back. You're going to have to go base by base if you're going to try to do any kind of turning.
So is that 1 inch? Right there?
The outside. If you're doing an outside turn like that, it. Remember, if all you're doing, it's you don't do it that way in Blucher. The question is, are you making any kind of a facing change, in which case you're cut down to, I would worry more about where the farthest corner goes. So yeah, it's an inch off.
Or Velcro, you just go.
Your center point moves 1 or 2 inches, or
If
1
you
or 2
go-
base widths.
if
And
you
you face
go-
however you want, depending
Right,
on
I was
going
going to say, if you go 1 inch,
One base width, yeah, you just
and then you get faced anywhere.
as long as your base center of your base doesn't move farther than one base width.
Blucher don't care that way.
If I go here, then everybody else could.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Do that individually, dude. Because you got to be careful, because this guy could wind up going a lot farther. I don't know that he will, but... Yeah, see, it's fine. You can go 1. You can go the full 1. You had 0.3 left. You don't wheel that way in Blucher. It, as Haz was pointing out, it's from the center of your base. So if your center of your base only moves the 1 base width, nobody cares. Do what you want. And that's what TTS is measuring. So you're fine.
Alright.
No, technically, it's not the center of your base; it's the center of your front edge.
That's going to be
But-
6. That's geometrically, that's 6 and 2 3s. So you moved a boatload of guys. We had 14. You moved 6, right?
Yep.
That's 20 over to Dalinar.
These guys are my way. Alright, we'll go up here to the 5th.
Oh man. Okay. Attack Anutitsa. This is what happened last Wednesday.
Just a lot less poles.
Well, I think there's just as many. I just think they're represented by fewer bases. You're right, though.
Okie dokie.
All right. That was 20 plus 24.
4.
How about that?
The French may continue.
Oh! Chrono.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to bring up these 2 over here.
These 4 core boys. That's it? Yeah.
That's all I can do for them.
26, Felker.
Alright. Move first core again. Move these guys.
Okay. 31, Dalinar.
Can you interpenetrate or no?
Sure thing. Just got to clear.
And that's a difficult move, right?
Nope.
Oh, it's not.
Mm-mm. Not if you go straight. That was straight. Look at that.
So the tributaries are not difficult?
Correct.
Yep.
Let me double check that. They definitely do not affect gunnery. Yes, they are rough ground. Sorry about that. Difficult movement. They are rough ground, difficult to movement, but they do not affect firing.
So 1 inch for the guns.
Well, horse guns
No.
too.
No, these are horse guns. Goes 2.
Yeah. They're 1-3 or
Oh, they're
3-1.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, they're 3-1.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're good and stuck back there. Should get those horses out of the way, I guess.
All right. All right. Hold on. That's 1.2. Let me just move this guy out of the way.